Alrighty, so it seems that the walls are finally starting to close in on actor Alec Baldwin, who will be charged with 2 counts of involuntary manslaughter in the fatal shooting of cinematographer Halyna Hutchins on the set of the Western movie Rust. Also, the armorer Hannah Gutierrez-Reed, who oversaw all weapons used in the production, will also be charged. Now, if both these people are found guilty, I think they will serve 5 years imprisonment for these 2 counts. Now, it's a little bit on the low side because I've seen other people serve 8 years in prison for similar counts of manslaughter due to negligence. But however, it is what it is. But some people are out there believing that Alec Baldwin is not going to go to jail because some people believe he's innocent. Others believe that his connections are going to get him out because he's a big A-lister from Hollywood who speaks the actual right kind of politics that, Hollywood usually backs. But I feel like this time around it might be different, and I'm going to share my reasons why, as the prosecutor has been speaking to CNN lately, and she had some reasons as to why she's finally bringing up the charges. And I think that they've looked through this thoroughly before they decided to charge Alec Baldwin with this particular crime, because it's been well over 2 years. And at some point, I got to be honest with you guys, I thought this wasn't going to happen. So you can imagine my surprise when I saw that he finally got charged for this. Now, in a statement to CNN, the prosecutor Kama Ortiz gave a few reasons as to why she's pushing on with these charges. Now, she said that other actors, including A-list celebrities consulted by prosecutors, said they always check their guns or have someone check it in front of them. Kama Ortiz told CNN shortly after announcing her intentions to file involuntary manslaughter charges. And this is true. I actually remember that I think The Rock said something regarding to this, and I've seen other armorers mention that other actors and A-listers usually do this before they actually go around shooting their guns. Now, she also said that every person that handles a gun has a duty to make sure that if they are going to handle a gun, point it at someone and pull the trigger, that it is not going to fire a projectile and kill someone. She's 100% correct. This is duty of care. Number 1 work health and safety rule in every workplace that I've ever worked and every workplace that I know of, that you have a duty of care to make sure that you keep yourself and others safe. Both himself as well as Gutierrez had neglection in this. They did not do that. They did not make sure that everybody else was safe. Now, if you guys remember this case properly, you would remember that at some point in time when this thing happened, Alec Baldwin's lawyers told him, do not talk about this thing, do not speak, do not address the press. But Alec Baldwin was addressing the press. He was talking on Instagram. He was typing all over the show. He even went to Judge Stephanopoulos to go and say something that I feel is very implicative in this case, because it seems that he lied. So this is what he said when he went on that special interview with Judge Stephanopoulos.
The gun, I go, can you see that? Can you see that? Can you see that? And she says, and then I let go of the hammer of the gun and the gun goes off. I let go of the hammer of the gun and the gun goes off.
It wasn't in the script for the trigger to be pulled.
Well, the trigger wasn't pulled. I didn't pull the trigger.
So you never pulled the trigger?
No.
You guys can see there, he claims that he never pulled the trigger, but he wasn't expecting that Stephanopoulos was going to mention that it wasn't in the script that he should pull the trigger. So some people are analyzing this and they're saying that, okay, he was talking about him showing this lady the gun, showing Halyna Hutchins the gun, and saying that, should I do it like this? Should I do it like this? Should I do it like this? Saying it as if it was gentle when he was saying it. But given that this guy has a history of violence, both on set and out of set, he's fought with a paparazzi before. I think he's punched somebody on set, and I think he has some domestic violence accusations behind him and some cases or something like that. Given that he has a history of violence, people are saying that when he was holding the gun, he was probably angry, and these are all speculations. Don't quote me, but these are all speculations, that he was actually pointing it in anger and he angrily pulled the trigger because he wasn't liking the direction that Halyna Hutchins, who happens to be the director of photography, was actually telling him at that particular point in time. So there's a whole lot of things that have gone on around the set that has, implicated him, because a couple of days earlier, crew members from that set actually left, about 12 of them, and their complaint was specifically on safety issues. Ross crew described on set gun safety issues and misfires days before fatal shooting. So there were several misfires days before shooting. Also, to confirm that what he said was an absolute lie, there was FBI reports that prove otherwise, because according to the FBI report that was released just last August, gun could not have fired without pulling the trigger when fully cocked, while internal components were fully intact. So FBI reports is also showing that they confirmed that they found 45 live rounds of ammunition were found on set. So this confirms what the crew members were saying, that they were not feeling safe and why they left the set. And this were all happening simply because A-lister, holier than thou, Mr. Alec Baldwin, who's very self-righteous, wasn't ready to pay for proper workmanship and service, for proper crew members and service. Was trying to allegedly cut costs. This is why somebody ended up losing their lives. So as it were right now, will this guy be going to prison? I really don't know. I'm not an expert when it comes to this, but all evidence are kind of pointing that he might not get out of this. He might have to pull all of the connection that he has to get out of this. And I know this SOB, there's a possibility that he could, all the connections that he has. But if he does end up going to prison, I, for one, will not lose any sleep at all.